I didn't started anything as of now. Okay, so this is our first class. We are going to take it. Okay, now, right, guys. And here, the before I want to start Oracle, the basic fundamentals. That means the fundamentals of database management system. We need to know that. Okay, the basic terms are there. That is called a database terms. Also, we called as. Okay, so we will start it from very zero level. That means how I'm going to taking classes means, okay, I'm taking classes from zero level knowledge of person. That means the person, he doesn't know anything about the database. The person is not having any knowledge of a database. Okay, so because of reason in our batches, so many different kind of people are coming to attending classes, yes or no? So some people are having good background of computer science, and some people are not having any computer background. Okay, so who are having computer background students, that means who are having already knowledge of database, that means computer knowledge, so they know that little bit idea, they can easily catch my point, what we are going to teaching here, because already they are interacting with computers, computer subjects, yes or no, in their academic classes. Okay, so those kind of people, they're not getting any kind of problem, so they can easily catching my points. But who are came to us without having any computer background students, for example, you can see some triple E students are there, some mechanical students are there, some civil students are there, and the other background like MTech students, like BTech student. BTech means is some branches I already said to you. So like BCom students, MSc students, some MBA students. So these kind of students, when they're coming and learning databases, okay, so those people are not having any kind of knowledge. So that means even though they didn't touch the computer related concepts in their academic. Okay, no? So that's why that type of people, they're getting little bit confusion, and they didn't understand immediately. Okay, so for that purpose, what we can do, so yeah, my target is what now? My target is without having any computer background, who are there and who are like that. Okay, so those people is my target. Okay, no? So I'm going to teaching the all sessions in that way, the who didn't know and who didn't have a computer background. Okay, no? So who didn't have any knowledge on computer. Okay, so that kind of people, when they're going to catching my points, then I'm very happy for that, because computer background students are easily they can catch my point. Okay, because they already know, they're already having some awareness. But who are not having the computer background, okay, so those kind of people, when they catch my point now, then I'm very happy for that. Okay, now, so my target is for that only. So that's why we are starting from very basic level to high level. We are starting, so day by day, when you're going to, this is introduction part, so introduction, and later one by one, that means one by one session, automatically you're going to reach into your final goal. So what is your final goal? So that what you expected that you can reaching. Okay, now, so that's why we will started today the first session of Oracle. We will started the fundamentals of DBMS. Okay, now, so now you can take so, and one more thing before I want to start this class, do you want to notes, or else do you want it materials? So all people, just give me your opinion. Do you want to notes? So can I give a notes here in the classroom? That means whatever the classes are going on through online. So I'm going to giving explanation along with notes. You want it notes now, or else finally I want to send some material to you. Okay. So, and up to you are getting my material. So you want to take a class notes. That means running notes. So you want it clear notes or else running notes. Okay, fine. So I'm giving complete notes, okay, in our, so, and material means material. Lastly, I will go to give it a, okay, lastly, I will give materials. So first you have to take your class notes. Okay, now, so right, guys. Okay, so I'm giving clear class notes, and you just also follow that class notes. And first I'm going to explanation. So complete explanation is over, then I will give a clear notes, and the notes compulsory you should take it the point wise in your on your notebook. Okay, now, right, guys. Okay, let you find, okay, let you start here. So take your main heading, and of course today is the 1st April. Okay, now, So your session also, I said now 45 to 50 sessions we are going to covering these all topics in your Oracle. So now this is our first session here. Okay, now take your main heading is Oracle. Main heading Oracle. Okay, so here what I said, the before you want to go to what exactly Oracle and Oracle information, if you want to get it, first of all, we need to the basic terms, whatever the terms are there in database management system. So the basic terms we are going to taking here. Okay, right, guys. And the basic terms, first term is data. So data means what exactly? How we can go to define the data means, so data is nothing but simply it is called as a, it is a collection of raw fact we called. It is a collection of raw fact. It is a collection of raw fact. Okay, now. So, but whatever the data was there, the collection of raw facts is nothing but what now? Numbers, characters, whatever it was there. So the raw fact is nothing but what now? Numbers and characters. Okay, so these are what we called a raw fact. But this data, okay, whatever the data is there, so the example of data, if you want to go for, so like a student marks, okay, student marks, or else we can go for to take some customers, okay, the customer names. So student marks is a number and customer names is a characters. Okay, now, so this kind of things are called as a raw factor. This kind of things are called as a raw factor. Okay, and now, so next what we want to go for, the next basic term is information. Okay, the basic term is what? Next, information. So information is nothing but simply we can say here processing. We can say what now? Processing of data. So whenever you want to go the process or processing data, okay, processing data is called as information. So processing data, and even though the processing data is also called as a meaningful data. Okay, it is also called as a meaningful data. Okay, meaningful data is also called as a information. So that means information is nothing but it is a meaningful data, otherwise processing of data. But when you get meaningful means after processing your raw fact, after processing your raw fact, we are getting what now? Meaningful data. Okay, and this is what the information we called as. So for example, here information means what now? The student not only marks like student ID number, student name, student subject, individual subject marks, student total marks, student rank number, student address. So the complete information about a student. So that is called as what now? Information we called. Like in the same to same customer complete information is nothing but what? Customer account number, customer name, okay, so customer balance amount, customer address, customer mobile number. So this kind of complete information, that means complete details of a customer, complete details of a student is called as a information. So information is nothing but what now? A person complete details, the person name, the person ID. For example, if you go for employees there in the company, employee means what? It will be come out here: employee ID number, employee name, employee designation, employee salary, employee date of join. Okay, so employee working in which department and where he was working, address. Okay, so this all complete the information, complete details of a person is called as what now? Information. So data and information, two are the basic terms of your DBMS. Okay, now write down below. So take notes. Take notes. Data. So after explanation, I'm giving notes. Okay, otherwise don't write it up to what I'm telling here. You just listen and analyze and observe, and finally I'm giving notes. Okay, right. Now take notes. Data. It is a collection of raw fact. It is a collection of raw fact. It is a collection of raw fact. In the bracket, numbers and characters. In the bracket, numbers and characters. Numbers and characters. Full stop. Example, student marks, comma, customer names, etc. Customer names, etc. Full stop. Next, information. 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 Right on. Processing data. Processing data. Data is called as information. Processing data is called as information. Full stop. And continue. It always provide. It always provide. It always provide meaningful data. It always provide meaningful data. It always provide meaningful data. Example. Example. For example, student details. Student details. Student details. Student details. So student details, what it will come here, like a student ID, student name, student date of birth, student date of join or date of birth, and the student subjects wise, okay, subjects marks, okay, like student total marks, etc. So these kind of things are coming out the information. So student details. The details means what now? ID, is name, is ID, is date of birth, okay, is subject marks, and finally total. So like this, anything, whatever you want it here, that you can go to check it. So this is called as a information. Okay, so these are two basic terms. We should know that. Okay, later. So these are basic terms we find out here. And now we will see in our real-time industries, so whatever the data is there, whatever the information is there, if this data or information, if I want to store. So if I want to store, what kind of storages we have in real-time industries. Okay, now? So whenever I want to store my data or information, so what kind of data storages we have in real-time industries? Okay, so that we will see it here. There are few data storages are available in real-time industries. Okay, those are what it is. We will check it. Now, below, the point is, data storages or data store. Now, next term, the next basic term, data store. Okay, so data store is nothing but water, first of all. So data store is nothing but water, means data storage is nothing but, it is like a place. It is a place. So it is a place where we can store our data or information. Okay, it is a place where we can store data or information. Okay, so that is called as what now? Data storages. Data storages. Okay, now, so like this, we have here some data storages are there in real time. Okay, now, so that is called as a first very basic level, that is called as a books and papers. It is a first data storages, books and papers. And second data storage, that is called as a flat files. Flat files. And the third one we called as a database. Okay, otherwise we can say it is database. Okay, otherwise DBMS also we can call as. Okay, so now there are three types of data storages are there. First one, books and papers. Second one, flat files. And third one, databases. Okay, now write down notes. Write down. Take notes. Take notes. Okay, now write down. It is a place. It is a place. It is a place where we can store. Where we can store. Where we can store data or information. Data or information. Data or information. Full stop. Full stop. Continue. Organizations are using. Organizations are using. Organizations are using the following. The following three types of data storages. The following three types of data storage. Data storages. Data storages mechanism. Data storages mechanism. Storages mechanism. Mechanisms. Okay, now first one, books and papers. Second one, flat files. Third one, database. Books and papers. Second one, flat files. Third one, database. Complete? Yes. And now let me find out here one by one. We can check it here. The books and papers. What kind of problems we are going to facing when I'm using those things in my company or organizations for storing of data purpose. And later, flat files are introduced by people, and these flat files, how it will be going to work, okay, and what kind of problems are there. And later on the people was going to using databases. Okay, now so this databases, how the people can be managed and maintained and how they can work. Okay, so that information we are going to checking here. Okay, so here even though you can take your database, otherwise you can take a DBMS also, you can take, no problem. So database management systems also we can call as. Okay, now so now we will see one by one. And the first one, books and papers. Okay, but here, before taking the notes about the books and papers, so generally you can think it, generally we are using now, I think all of you using books and papers now. The notebook are using to writing purposes or no, to storing your information into that. So if you want to ask what is the advantages of books and papers means, it's very, very rare. That means very, very less things are there. That means advantages means that what we can say advantages means that is only the thing is what now, some storing data or storing some information. So that only I can say it. But other than the advantages, what means we can't get immediately the points here. Yes or no? Because of that much more advantages we can't see in the books and papers. So we're just going to storing. That's it. But other than that, we can't go for any other things. Okay. So the other things means what? The other things means what now? For example, I want to retrieve the data, manipulating the data. Okay, security wise. Okay, so these kind of things we can't do it in our books and papers. Okay, so that's why what we can say in this directly we will see some disadvantages in this. What kind of disadvantages are there? Directly I'm going to taking here. Okay, so disadvantages, write down disadvantages of disadvantages of books, books and papers. Okay, so directly I'm giving now, instead of advantages we will see disadvantages. Okay, so all of you know that the first point here, the first point here, handling, write on, continue, write down, because no problem, the points one by one you can write down. First point, handling, handling a very small amount of data, handling a very small amount of data. Second one, it is a manual system, it is a manual system, it is a manual system. Third point, required more manpower, required more manpower, and also, and also costly, and also costly to maintenance, costly to maintenance, costly to maintenance. Because you know that it is a manual system. So it is a manual system means we require more manpower, and when we require more manpower, automatically costly will be increases. Okay, so cost will be increase. The next one, right on, there is no security, there is no security. So security problems also we are facing, our data is not a security. Next one, next one, there is no security. Next, data redundancy, data redundancy, redundancy, redundancy means what now here? Data redundancy, redundancy means what now? What does it mean by redundancy? Yes, duplicate data, duplicate data. Next, data inconsistency, data inconsistency, data inconsistency. Inconsistency, so inconsistency is nothing but what now? Irregular, irregular, irregular data. So data is not having proper systematical errors, no? So there is no proper systematical, some data is missing, some data is collapsed, as no, this kind of meanings are coming out. Irregular, irregular. Now write down, it is difficult to accessing data, it is difficult, it is difficult, difficult to to accessing required data. Okay, take the side heading what now? Accessing required data. And next one, difficult to manipulate the data. Difficult to manipulate the data. Difficult to manipulate the data. So manipulation is nothing but changes. Okay. So manipulating is nothing but what now? Changes. So these kind of so many problems we are going to finding in our books and papers, and the few things I was given. So what is that? It's a very small amount of data only we can handle, but big data we cannot handle. And it is a purely manual system, so that more manpower is required and automatically costs will be increased. And especially one of the major problem is not secured, because whatever the data we are storing in that, the data is not as secured. Okay, so anybody can go to see and open my data, yes or no? Open my book and they can see it, my data or my information. And redundancy problems. Redundancy means what? Not duplicate. If I want to repeat the same data again and again, it will be accepting here. Okay, there is no mechanism to restricted or to restriction of redundancy problems. Like in the same inconsistency. So data is going to not in a regular format. You can insert into any format, character, number, float. Okay, so there is no systematical format, and sometimes we are going to missing some data, yes or no? So this kind of things are coming out. And later accessing, that means your required data, if you want to access from your book, it's very time consuming process to access your data. Okay, particular or required information, if you want to access, it is also very difficult to the people. In the same to say manipulations are nothing but what? Changes, modifications. If you want to do modification, that is not possible. Okay, so this kind of problems also we are going to facing in our books and papers. So that's why nowadays what has happened here, the big organizations, when you go to the big organizations maximum they're going to maintain their business data in databases. Why? Because this kind of problems are going to facing here. And these data storages, books and papers, nowadays we can see a very small scale organizations. Okay, so those kind of people are just using for that. But if you go to industries levels or organization levels, it's a very rarely the people are using, because of so many problems. Okay now, so to overcome these problems, the next method is what now? Completed now, all of you? Yeah. So now this is what the problem. The next one, the second one we will discuss, that is called what now? Flat files. Take second one, flat files. So flat file, okay, simply we can say the flat file is nothing but simply text file. Nowadays we are going to using text files, yes or no, for storing our data or information purpose. So flat file, best example is what now? Like text files. Okay, otherwise we can say like a COBOL. Okay, COBOL in the previous language, you can see previous language COBOL is also using for storing the data into flat files. Okay, now, so flat files here in this, whatever the data will be stored here, the data will be stored in the format of characters format. It will be storing, data will be storing into characters format. Okay now, so now this flat files also, if you comparing or checking advantages, instead of advantages we have a more drawbacks here also. Okay now, so flat files are storing the data into character manner or character format, it will be storing. Okay, and so best example is what I said here, text files. If you go for text file is one of the example of flat file. Okay, and these things, whatever the data, if I want to maintain in the flat files, so we need some high level languages also. That is also very difficult to the users to manage a high level language, and we need to develop application by using of high level languages like C language, C++. Okay, so this kind of programming languages we need to use to develop your flat files. Okay, so this is also one type of the problem we can say in our flat files. So that's why I'm giving directly here. So take flat files and write down storing storing data, storing data, storing data, data in character format, data in character format, in character format. Okay, now full stop, continue. If we want to store, if we want to store data or information, data or information, information, then 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 we need to develop, then we need to develop an application program, we need to develop an application program by using, by using high level languages, by using high level languages. Okay, high level languages like C, comma C++, comma Java, .NET, etc. Okay, now right. So here also we will see disadvantages. Now take here disadvantages. Okay. Now here also we are getting so many problems when I'm using here flat files also. Okay, one by one we can go for to take here. One is first problem, less security, less security. Second one here, data redundancy. So same problem we are also occurred here. Data redundancy, data redundancy. Next one, data inconsistency, data inconsistency. Next one, next one, retrieving, 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 retrieving data is very slow, data is very slow. Very slow. Next, difficult to manipulate the data, difficult to manipulate the data, to manipulate the data. Next one, doesn't support, doesn't support, doesn't support, support, doesn't support data sharing, doesn't support data sharing, data sharing. Next, doesn't support transactions, doesn't support transactions, transactions. Okay, so these kind of problems we are going to facing in our what we can say flat files also. So that means what you understand in this, books and papers and flat files are having so many problems and so many drawbacks are there. Okay, na? So security problem, duplication problem, irregular data of problem, and retrieval data is very very slow, time consuming, manipulations are very difficult, and we can't share the data, okay, from one place to other place. Otherwise we can't share the data to multiple users at a time. Okay, and transactions, that means we can't immediately perform your operations on your wherever you required in that particular location, the transactions cannot be performed. Okay, so these kind of problems are we are going to facing in these two data storages. So that's why flat files also very very rare the people are using in their industries. Okay, now so this is what we called as the problems of these two things. And later the third one you can take. So these are all are very basic terms we are going to discuss in here. So the third one you can take here, database, or else you can say DBMS. Okay, now right. So now here, so previous the two things whatever we discussed, that was just for the problems we are observed. And now we will see the main thing is what now, databases. And now the question is, why nowadays every organizations are using databases, and why every organizations are giving priority, the first priority, database management system in their organizations for storing or managing or maintaining their business data, especially the business data, the company related data, company business related data purpose. The most of the industries, most of the companies are prefer database. The reason is what, now there are so many advantages are there when I'm using database compared to flat files and compared to books and papers. Okay, now so that is the reason, the what kind of advantages are there, that all we will check it. Okay, so based on these reasons the people are using databases more and more in their organizations. Okay, but here the thing is, okay, the first we will see, check out here what is database and what is database management system. Okay, now so, and why this database management system is required for the industry, why the people are using, I will give one real-time example to clearly explanation purpose. Okay, that all we will check out. Okay, so first one, take the term is database here. Take first one, take siding database, otherwise here itself only can take database, right? It is a collection of information. It is a collection of information. It is a collection of information that has been, that has been, that has been, that has been, that has been organized, that has been organized in a particular location, in a particular location, in a particular location, is called as, is called as, is called as database, is called as database. Okay, na? Full stop. And continue. Databases are two types. Databases are two types. Databases are two types. First one, OLTP. So this is already in my demo class. I just giving little bit introduction on this. OLTP. In the bracket right now, online transaction online transaction processing, online transaction processing. Second one, OLAP, the stand form online analytical online analytical processing, online analytical processing. So databases are two types. Okay, one is OLTP, online transactions processing, online transaction processing, and second one OLAP, online analytical processing. Okay, below write down the next pointer here. Write down. Organizations are organizations are maintain OLTP, maintain OLTP, OLTP for for storing for storing day-to-day transactions information, for storing day-to-day transaction information, day-to-day transaction information. Information. Example, uh, what we can say, running businesses. Okay, so running business. So running business means what now? For example, banking sectors are there nowadays. So banking sectors, every day in a bank, there are so many transactions are going on. Yes or no? So for every day, there are thousands of lakhs of transactions are going on in banking sectors. So that is called a running business. Okay, in the bracket, for example, you can take banks. Okay, this is the purpose of OLTP. Okay, now, and for this purpose, what we are going to using? Okay, what we are going to using? So that means we are using what now? Oracle, SQL Server. Okay, so MySQL, these kind of things are we are going to using now. So you can take here below write down. Below write down. By using, okay, how the day-to-day transaction we are maintain means by using databases, by using databases, this is like Oracle, SQL Server, like MySQL, etc. Next point. Next point. Organizations organizations are maintained. Organizations are maintained OLAP, maintain OLAP for for analyzing for analyzing for analyzing business, for analyzing business, analyzing business. Okay, so by using by using by using by using data warehouses. Example is what now? By using data warehouses. So here I'm not using OLAP purpose. I'm not using Oracle. I'm not using SQL Server. Or I'm not using MySQL. Okay, carefully remember. I'm not using those things. I'm using what now here? The separate thing that is called a data warehouse. The data warehouse we are going to using. So data warehouses is like a databases, but it can be handle the use amount of data. That means the analysis. The data can be analyzing in this case. Okay, our Oracle is only for day-to-day transaction information storing purpose, but data warehouses are not only storing, it was going to analysis on data, analysis on your business data. Okay, so that is example is what now? Data warehouse. Data warehouse. So this is what now the basic terms of term of database. So what is database and types of database, we are going to check it here. Now we are using next one, write on DBMS. Text ID. DBMS. So DBMS is simply called as, it is a software. Okay, now it is called as a software. The software we are going to using to how to manage, okay, how to manage and how to maintain, data or information, which I stored in database, which I stored in database. Okay, so whatever the data or information we are storing under databases, okay, so those data, how to manage and how to maintain. Okay, how to manage and how to maintain. So that management purpose and maintenance purpose, we need one software, and that software is called as what now? DBMS. That software is called as what now? DBMS. Okay, now take definition for this. DBMS. It is a software. It is a software which is used. Software which is used. Which is used to manage and maintain, to manage and maintain data or information, information in database, information in database, information in database. It is the software which is used to manage and maintain data or information in database, information in database. Okay, right. So now this is what is DBMS. But here, why this DBMS is required for us? Okay, why DBMS? Now take side heading, next one. Why DBMS? Why DBMS? So now I will give a small example, one real-time example I will explain to you. Okay, now, so why nowadays DBMS, database management systems, are required for the companies? Okay, now, what is the main cause and main intention of DBMS, why we want it? Okay, so one small example I will explain to you, and in this example you can get some idea. And this is very important example, because once you understand this example, then your entire database you can understand. That means why we are using databases nowadays, like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, DB2, Sybase, Informix, Increases, Teradata, MaxDB, PostGRLs. So why we are using these many databases in real-time companies means, for this example is related to that. Okay, now, so once this example you will be understand properly, then you can understand that why we are using databases in real-time industries. All of you clear? Okay, so now one small example I will explain to you. Now careful observe. Suppose, assume like this, we want to start one business. Okay, assume that we are starting one business. So whenever we want to start a business, we need some resource. Yes or no? In that, my first resource I'm taking here, what I wanted first resource means I need to establish one branch. So that means, for example, assume that we have so much money, or we have a very strong, financially very strong. Okay, so we are planning that we need to do some business. We need to do some business. For first, before I want to start my business, first I want to choose, okay, in which location I need to start my business. In which location I need to start one business. Okay, so first we are going to gathering location. Okay, where I can do business. If I'm doing business in that particular location, then my business will be going to profit zone or loss zone. How my business will going on? This kind of calculation we are going to doing. Yes or no? After doing this kind of calculation, we are choosing one location. Yes, this location is the best location to do our business. Okay, so the location is selected. For example, our location is Amirpet, for example. Okay, we are thinking like that in Amirpet is the best location to do business. Okay, now, so in that Amirpet, I'm starting one branch. I'm starting one branch. That means we are going to open one new branch in your Amirpet location. Okay, now, so that means I need a branch first. That is one resource I required. So second resource, what I want to require for the business, okay, I need employees also I required. Okay, because if I do some business, I need a one branch. Okay, we are going to open one branch. Okay, and in that branch, I need to work some employees now. So that purpose, I'm going to taking some employees. Okay, so okay, employees required for us. Employees required for us to do my business. Okay, and another thing is what now? What I need next to do business? My products I need a products. Okay, okay, we are taking products also. Next, what I need to go to my business customers. So that means when I'm going to do my business, first I need to establish one branch. In that branch, I need some employee, and later I need some products, and later we need a customer. So one location, one branch location, few employees, few products, and we have a customer. When we have this, then I can start my business. Yes or no? Yes or no? Give me a response here. Yes or no? Okay, fine, good. So we need some resource. So these are called as to doing business purpose. We are taking some resource. We are taking some resource. So the resource I was given to you. Hierarchy, understand now? All of you understanding hierarchy? For my first level is what? Business. Second level is what? Branch, employee, products, customers. Yes or no? Yes. So branch, employee, product, customers is called as entities is called. What we call these are? These are called as entities. These are called as what? Entities we call. Okay. So these are called as entities. Okay. So these entities we are need to do our business. That means finally what you want to say, a business is nothing but, can I say it is a collection of entities. Can I call or not? Okay, can I call or not? Yes. So business is nothing but what? Collection of entities. A business is nothing but collection of entities. Entities are nothing but what? Branch, employee, products, customer. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Right. And now initially in my business, I starting with a few branches. Okay. Assume that. So the initial stage of my business, the initial stage of my business. Okay. Now, right. So here I will take now clearly I'm giving diagrammatically. So please try to understand. Okay, right. So for example, initially I have here, okay, I established only one branch. I established only one branch. Okay, now one branch I established here. Fine. So one branch is established initially in our business, one branch. Okay, in this one branch, in this one branch, I'm going to initially I'm taking here 10 employees I'm taking now. So my employees, how many employees here? 10 employees. Okay, I'm taking 10 employees. And later, initially, I introduced here 10 products. Carefully observe. Initially, I introduced here 10 products. 10 products I introduced here. And assume that in our starting of my business, there is no customers. There is no customers. So customers are not there in my initial business. There is no customers. My point understand or not? So this is the starting level of my business. This is my starting level of my business. And now we can check it. In this starting level, whatever the business is going on here, in this business, tell me whatever the data is going to generating here, this data is going to generating is here, big data is generating or small data is generating? Tell me. In my business, initially I started business with the one branch, 10 employees, 10 products and no customers. It means how much data is generating? It's a big data generating or small data generating? Yes, it is a very, very small data is going to generate. How can you say small data is generated? Means simple. I'm going to storing only one branch details and only 10 employees details and 10 products details. So that means what you understand here, this is very, very small data generating here. So that means what I want to say, here generating a very small amount of data, generating a very small data. Simple I'm giving. Okay now. So but generating very, very small data purpose, we require database management system or not required? We require database management system for maintaining of for small data purpose? No, we don't need required here, Kiran. We don't need here. So these people are not understanding my point. Kiran and Neeli. Neeli means Harita and Kiran Sai. You require database management system? No, because it is a very, very small amount of data. Small amount of data purpose, no need for DBMS. DBMS is required for what purpose? Big data management purpose. Okay. So here, I don't want it DBMS here. Okay, now I don't want it DBMS here. Then yes, the Kiran's saying that yes, books and papers I can manage. Yes, of course you can manage the flat files also, but no required for DBMS here. Concept clear? Now, but tell me, your business always will be like this? Your business always will be like this? No, not at all. My business, the year by year, it will be widely expanding my business. Yes or no? Every businessman, what they're going to expecting here means my business, I want to expand widely. Yes or no? So now I started with one branch, but after few years, I want to expecting here, I want to establish 10 branches, 100 branches, 200 branches. Like I want to expand my business entire the world. That is a businessman strategy. Yes or no? So now what we want to do, okay, initially my business will be happened like this, fine. After 5 years, so after 5 years, assume after 5 years, your business will be changed now. So after 5 years, what it was happened here, I introduced here 21 branches I introduced here. How many branches I introduced here? 25 branches I introduced here. And the next level, I'm going to, in 25 branches, assume like that there are total 500 employees are working. There are 500 employees are working. The next one is what now? I introduced, after 5 years, I introduced here, there are 25 products I introduced here. Okay, there are 25 products I introduced here. And the next, after 5 years in my business, assume that after 5 years in my business, okay, there are, assume that there are 50,000 of customers are there in my business. How many customers are there in my business? 50,000 customers are having in my business. Okay, now, so this is, it is also, when you comparing to previous, it is also what we can say, it is a generating not very small, it is a generating small amount of data, generating small amount of data. So first one is very small and this is small, that means middle scale. Okay, now, so later after 5 years, again you have to think, your business after 5 years, your business after 5 years, are you established your 100 branches, are you established in your branch? 100 branches are you established in your business? Yes or no? So now 100 branches are established here. In 100 branches, assume that there are 10,000 employees are working. There are 10,000 employees are working. There are 10,000 employees are working. And are you introduced here 100 products? Are you introduced here 100 products? Are you introduced here? In the same to same, now you have a 5 lakhs customers are there here. So how many customers you have it here? 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs customers you have in your business. 5 lakhs customers are having in your business. Yes or no? So then can I say whatever the data is generating, it is a small data or big data? Generating small data or big data? Yeah, this is called as a big data is generated. This is called as a big data is generated. Okay, so now tell me, you need, now tell me, so big data is generated. Now tell me, now I require DBMS now. Yes, we required what now? DBMS is required now. So that means the concept is clear now. The DBMS we are using for what purpose? To manage and maintain big data. Otherwise, a large scale data can be managed. So for that purpose, industries, organizations, companies in their business, they're going to using what now? Databases. Okay, so all of you clear? All of you clear this point or not? Okay, so database is required. First thing is what now? Storing or handling a large scale data in my business. Okay, now, so that is one of the reason DBMS why we are going to using. Clear all of you? Yes, guys. And now take a small, this diagram you can take it below. Below, take this diagram. Below, take this diagram, and I already given question to you. What is my question I was given? Why DBMS? Why DBMS? Why DBMS? Now take this complete hierarchy. Hierarchy can take first one business, and later some entities, and in this entities I'm taking some values. Okay. So this is here, I will take some points here. This is starting of business. Starting business like this. And here, after assume like 5 years. And here, after assume like this, 5 years. Okay, now. This is starting of business. After 5 years, my business will be increasing like this. And again, after 5 years, my business will be increasing like this. So like this, every 5 years, if you comparing your business data, the business data will be increases. So this diagram, all of you take it because easily you can understand. And if anybody asks you why DBMS is requirements, you can clearly explain this example. Okay, guys. So completed now. Okay, right. So this is one factor today we discuss why DBMS is required for the industries. Okay, now. So I stop it here today, and whatever today the session we discuss. Now I'm asking. Okay, anybody have a doubt in this session? So please, if you have any doubt, you just ask me immediately. Today's session only. Today's session. In this session, if you have any doubt or you didn't understand any point, just raise me. Okay, na. But don't go for other concepts. Other concepts, when concepts wise doubts are clear it. Okay, na. So today's session, you have any doubt, you just raise your doubt. Okay. Otherwise, all of you okay means I will close this session. Okay, Kiran. No, sir. Very clear. Thank you, Kiran. Do one thing, it is not possible to share it, but you want to take, if any diagram is coming out now, better to take screenshot. So time saving, that already some students are doing like that. Okay, now. Kishore, data warehousing is nothing but it is also one type of database only. Okay, so how we can say Oracle, same to same data warehousing also. So it is also one type of database. But what the people are going to do in that, they are going to analyzing the data. Okay, here we are just day-to-day transaction data we are storing, but they are going to analyzing the data for 1 year data they want to analyze, or 5 years of data, or 15 years of data. Okay, this kind of data will be analysis there. So analysis means, you know, na, Analyzing of information. Okay, that is data warehousing. People are doing that. Yes, suppose historical data also you can say, that is called history. Yes, the Aman was given here information. See, data warehousing is nothing but historical data also. Yes, the type of data we need to analyzing. Okay, that is a different thing, a different concept. Yeah, data mining is also nothing but data warehouse only. Okay, data mining is not a different guy. Data mining is nothing but data warehousing only. Both are same word. Either you can say data warehouse or data mining also you can say, no problem. Next, any doubt next? That's a depending on company. So for example, both for example, banking sectors are there. They need banking sectors, they need what now? OLTP, and they need OLAP also, because OLTP day-to-day transactions purpose, they are going to storing. So today, how many transactions are happening in my banking sector? That information storing. OLAP means what? That just now I said, na, that is the historical data. Historical data means what now? The past 5 years data, or past 10 years of data, past 25 years of data we need to handle. Okay, so that purpose we need a OLAP. Okay, now right. Next. Yes, Sri Sai. Differences between Oracle and MySQL means both are two different databases, guys. Okay, so for example, how we can say .NET and Java, yes or no? So that kind of differences are there here. Some futures differences are there. Like for example, Oracle supports in some future. For example, Oracle supports PLSQL. So PLSQL is there in Oracle, but MySQL is not there PLSQL. Okay, now MySQL only having SQL language, but there is no PLSQL. Okay, so this kind of differences are there. Okay, yeah, data is secured. DBMS data is secured. Okay, so it was going to give more say that point we will discuss in the next session. Okay, so today I'm discussing only one point, why DBMS means only storing, the storing large scale data. That one point example I was given, and tomorrow the remaining so many operations are there we are going to do with the DBMS. The remaining operations also we can see it. Okay, MongoDB Oracle is not the same, guys. MongoDB is a different, Oracle is a different. Okay, now right, guys, and thank you so much, and we will continue tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll go for some more futures we are discussing in our DBMS. Okay, now right, guys, thank you so much.